Hey guys, welcome back. All right, I'm just gonna cover a few things if you guys even care to look at this. But end of the day, please like, share, subscribe if you are here. Welcome to Dolphins Empire. So I'm just gonna go over a few things. I'm very upset with how this all went down the last last hour or so, a few hours actually. So to start all off, okay, so here's my idea here. So we all know that Tua didn't get a fair hand, and everybody's blaming him for everything under the sun that's going wrong with his team. But that's not the case. The reason why this team was so bad this year, unlike the other 3 years that, has been well the last 3 years. Last year was even not that bad until, we had issues with his injury, and then, of course, we come down to the end of the season, and we just shy of a playoff. But to tell you that we were 22-23, we're in the playoffs, and in 24, we were almost in the playoffs, and now this year we've fallen off so badly. And it's just bad roster construction. It started in 2024. We got rid of some key players in 2024, paid Tua, and then we decided to just, say screw it all at 2025. So, people say, oh, well, it's because Tua had a high contract. There's ways to move around some of those numbers. The GM didn't want to do it. And they didn't want to keep players that, were definitely big pieces of this team. Like getting rid of Calais Campbell, you can see it in Arizona. The man's a monster. You're over there. He was a monster here. I don't know why we got rid of him. If we wanted any chance this year, we should have kept him. But besides the fact of that, let's just focus on this year. So this year, we come in, we get rid of all of our great, some of our great veterans, and replace them with no one really. Basically, all Chris Greer can do is look at the injury-ridden, list and say, oh, I want 5 guys off of there, instead of going and grabbing a solid person and paying like $2 million more, figuring out how to move the money around to make sure we can have a competent team on the field. So, thank God, that's no longer an issue. I haven't been on here since Greer had gotten fired. I will say good luck to him in his future endeavors. He did deserve to get fired. I'm not going to celebrate a man's downfall. That is just weird to me. That's evil. I do not wish any ill will on the man. He did what he could, and he was stubborn in his own ways. Unfortunately, that's what got him out of here. We'll move on. Life goes on. Hopefully he finds a bounce back. But he makes enough money that he shouldn't have to worry about that. He should have enough things on the side that, honestly, he'd probably just chill for the rest of it. He'd probably retire. Anyways, so we're here, right? Team is 2-7. Everybody's blaming Tua for everything on the sun, which annoys the crap out of me, because if you actually watch football, you would know that Tua has no help. None whatsoever, right? None. Tyreek goes down. We're just with Waddle. Defense is basically ranked 30th in almost every freaking category you think of. And the team is just not well put together. The O-line, you got 3 people out, 2 starters. The other one's a good backup. You got I don't know what they're doing with Jonah. I said in the last one, I think, Jonah should be playing right guard or right tackle. That's where he played in college. That's where he was so good. Not sure why they want to play and throw him on the left for so much. Literally, they could put him on the right and put Kendall Lamb in on the left or something, and it would actually probably work a lot better. But I'm not the GM. I'm not the coach. I'm not the anything. So, anyways, logic is out the window. That's what it's been for a while. In my eyes, right, this is where we're at. This is where the Dolphins are kind of sitting. Okay, we're in a rebuild now. We have 2 options. We can fully rebuild, which means we will get rid of all veterans that are, hitting our cap. We will get rid of some of the people that are not putting up the proper numbers, blah, blah. And, we can move away from Tua, and we can go draft some maybe good quarterback in, Mendoza or Moore, whoever y'all guys want, or what's the other guy's name? There's another quarterback you guys are all literally like all over. I can't remember his name at this point, but you can go take a risk and jump at these guys that may or may not be decent in the NFL. No proven nothing. They aren't really showing anything in college that's like, oh my God, I got to get this guy. But you guys can take that opportunity, go get a new guy, let him sit behind Tua, because Tua's contract is going to make him be here for next year. So, let him sit behind Tua one more year, let him, develop behind Tua and then get rid of Tua that following season and hopefully build a team properly for that new guy. But for me, there's another option, okay? If you watch Dolphins football, you will know that the O-line has been bottom tier in almost every category. For protection, for push, for run, anything you want to think of, they are not good. O-line has been bad for I don't know how long. So, in my eyes, what you can do is don't draft a quarterback. Don't. Right? I want them to stick with Tua for one more year. And what I would like them to do is build the trenches. Take that first round pick and go build, and take the thirds and take like the first 5 picks and build the trenches. Go and find 2 to 3 players for offensive line. Then go find 2 players for defensive line. And then you can play with corners. You can play with all that stuff that you want to play with. But if you go get you a solid, maybe even not that. Maybe you go get out of the first 5 picks, give me 4. Go give me 4. You have 8 picks total. Make half of them trenches, right? Because you have to replace some guys, okay? Now, you have James Daniels on contract still. So, you got a right guard. You got Jonah, who hopefully is turning the corner, a left guard. You can actually make the argument to move Jonah to right tackle and just go find a left guard in the thing. But that's a whole nother debate. What I think we should do, stick with Tua for one more year. Actually put in the effort to build an O-line to protect him. Time and time again, we have seen when the O-line does not give him protection, causing him to get a little antsy, he cannot do his job correctly. That's every quarterback. If the O-line is not protecting or giving him time, he cannot do his job. That's literally the whole idea of the game. Sure, are there guys that can extend plays and run 40 yards, stuff like that? Sure. Tua extends plays. He gets out of the pocket. He throws on the run. He does that stuff. That's actually something that he does well. But he needs help. So I think we need to invest and just see what we can get from him with a competent top 15 O-line. Could you guys imagine, instead of the O-line being ranked 27th to 32nd in the league, to maybe moving it up to maybe 15? That not only is going to make Tua better, but you're going to know A-Chain, or A-Chain, everyone says him, he's going to blow the roof off if he had some push. So, I think we need to build that line. See what A-Chain and Tua can do with a proper O-line. We got Waddle. Maybe get you another wide receiver because Tyreek's hurt, and he may not come back to football. But, go get you a wide receiver too. Maybe a Jacoby Myers. That'd actually be a good, solid spot. Right? He's got traded, but, if he doesn't get signed this offseason to a deal, he's a free agent. Jacoby Myers and Waddle, that's 2 young guys, about the same kind of player, but actually Waddle's a little bit more faster, a little more, is more the wide receiver 1. Jacoby Myers, wide receiver, that's solid, right? And then if Tyreek does come back, you let him go in the offseason. If he wants to come back and play, you play him on a friendly deal. You're telling me Waddle, Jacoby Myers, and Tyreek Hill on the same field? I know Tyreek's not going to be the same he was, but, shoot. If he runs a 4.4, I'm okay with that. 4.5. Didn't need to run a 4.2. But at least if he has his route running, he can get out there and get open. I'm down for it. So, I'm running off on a little bit of a tangent here. I think we need to build the trenches. Get a wide receiver too. Fix up that defense where it's at least the top 15. I mean, it doesn't have to be top 5, top 10. But at least get a few stops here or there. Like, be able to actually, if we get the freaking lead with 46 seconds, I want that defense to be able to actually hold them out. You know, and not let them get a field goal. Not let them come down the field and throw a touchdown. How about that? We need to focus on building the team around Tua right now for this next year. Because we're not just building around Tua, we're building around the quarterback. Right? And there's a reason why we're doing that. That's what I think we should do. Build everywhere else this offseason. Okay? Find solid pieces for most of the team for starting, right, this offseason. Get this team up to, I don't know, like 8-win team, 9-win team again. Right? And then, I mean, it can be better than that. I want to see us let Tua do his thing with a proper O-line and a proper defense. And if he does well, we're going to be very happy come next year. Could be a really quick turnaround. We could be back in the playoffs no matter, 2 seconds. And then we could build even better the following year if we have more picks. But what we also can do is by building around Tua, or the quarterback, that allows us for in 2026 for the offseason of this next season, like play all next season and offseason then, we can move off Tua more affordably, and we can go grab somebody. Whether that's a trade for somebody that's really good, or whether that's getting somebody in the draft then, because I'm sure there's going to be other guys that play quarterback in the draft. I'm sure going to be different people, probably some other prospects that are very well, same as, plus, do you guys realize we have a guy sitting behind Tua right now who was a rookie, who at one point was a top 10 draft pick, but had 1 year bad and he went to 7th round? And he's been nothing but getting praise. Maybe we need to see what Ewers got. Maybe we let Ewers sit behind Tua 1 more year, and we literally develop this man and let him have the reins in 2026-2027 season. Not this next season, but the following. Let Ewers have the reins. And maybe even next season if Tua can't get the job done. Y'all want to throw Tua away like he's trash. Y'all don't understand what we have. Tua is not trash. Tua is not top elite player like, what you guys would say, Josh Allen, Lamar, and whatever. That's what you guys see him at. See those guys as elite. That's not Tua, right? Tua is elite his own way. Tua is elite at, being a great pocket passer, accuracy, timing throws, all that. He's really elite in those categories. When Tua is healthy and when a team is actually capable around him, y'all seen what he can do. Go look at that Denver Broncos game. Oh, it was just a fluke. No. It's not. He actually had a solid O-line for one game. And they put up 70 points. We have not had an O-line around Tua in 2 seasons. And the O-lines we have had have been mixed and matched pieces of junk, causing him to throw the ball within 2 seconds. And it goes with every dang thing y'all talk about. Oh, he can't get to his second reads. Oh, he can't. He does get to his second reads. And I don't know how he does it. With less than 2 seconds, I don't even know how the hell he even picks his nose out. What? Like, he literally has to get the ball in his hands, he takes the 5 steps back. When he gets the ball, he takes 5 steps back, and by the time he's in his back foot, he has to let the ball go. That's the problem. The plays can't even develop. He can't even get to a 3rd, 4th, 5th read. There's no way. He can't even get 30 seconds in the pocket. I had somebody the other day, oh, well, Joe Burrow had the worst O-line in the league, and look what happened. He went to the Super Bowl. But go check out that defense that year. And tell me his defense, for once, was actually the reason why they made the Super Bowl. Because it was. Am I saying Joe Burrow is trash? No, Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. Just like Tua is. They're great in their own ways. People say you can't win anything with Tua. I beg to differ. Build the team properly, and Tua will literally dice up defenses, and we will win. If our defense was even half decent this year, we would be a 5-win team right now, maybe even 6, and we'd be in the conversation for playoffs. The defense let us down 3 or 4 games already this year. You want me to go into detail? I can go find them, and I'll tell you exactly when. Then you got TD Finn talking like, well, you don't pay attention to the rest of the game, and, you know, the one quarter they had a bad time in the one quarter, so now you're going to blame the defense. Really? Yeah, I'm going to blame the defense for letting up 40 fucking points. Excuse my language. I'm going to blame the defense for letting up a freaking score with 46 seconds on the clock when Tua gives you the lead. I'm going to blame the defense when they get a freaking penalty at the worst case scenario to give them a chance to get a touchdown. I'm going to blame the special teams when they hit a freaking punter when he's about to be our ball, causing them to lose. So yeah, I'm going to blame everybody. And that was actually Sealer who did that. So yes, a defensive player is also a problem. If the defense would have played better this year than they have, we would be at 5 or 6 wins, and you guys would not be talking out your asses. No one would be talking out their asses. But because teams are scoring on us at will, and Tua makes 1 or 2 bad plays a game, which every quarterback does. I'm sorry to break your fucking bubble. Excuse my language again. Every quarterback overthrows a player here or there in a game. Every quarterback misthrows a play. Every quarterback throws an interception here or there. These are all normal things. But not every quarterback has the worst O-line in the league. Not every quarterback has to throw the ball within 2 to 2.5 seconds, or else they are getting sacked. And keep in mind, Tua has an injury history. He doesn't want to get sacked. You don't want him to get sacked. He will be dead. So he's like, yo, y'all aren't giving me protection. I'm trying to get the ball out fast. I'm misthrowing because of that. I'm throwing off my back foot because my timing's off, because I'm trying to rush the throw, and then I'm throwing interceptions. I'm throwing stupid balls. Yeah, there's a reason for it. There's literally there's a cause and effect. Right? The O-line sucks complete ball sacks. The effect is Tua is having one of his worst years as a starter. Goes hand in hand. Achane is doing well, of course, because he's a great player. But could you imagine if Achane actually could get holes? If the O-line was actually able to block? Oh my God. Achane would be the best running back in the league. Hands down. You put Achane behind like a line like Eagles have? Bro, Saquon would be a thing of the past. You wouldn't know who the fuck Saquon is. Excuse my language again. Like, you guys don't understand. There's pieces to this. The quarterback needs help. I don't care what quarterback it is. Josh Allen needs help. His O-line is actually really good. His defense is really good. His tight ends are great. His wide receivers are but they do their job. The running back's amazing. Sure, he can put the team on his back when everything else is going around and doing their thing. But there's times where he's not looking good. He's not having MVP calendar type play right now. He's not having caliber play like that right now. He's throwing not as many touchdowns. He's not doing as well. Like, you got freaking Patrick Mahomes about to not even make the playoffs, possibly. You guys all up in his nutsack. Why is he having a hard time? Oh, yeah, because the defense is letting up a lot of points. The running backs are not getting the penetration and getting the proper explosion out of the backfield. You know, you got wide receivers dropping balls. You got O-line not holding and protecting. He's having a hard time because of all those reasons, and he's not winning like he should be. And Patrick Mahomes is a freaking god on the field. Like, you guys don't understand, there's pieces. He also has a good defense that usually does do their job. His defensive coordinator is one of the best ever that does it. It's like, are you guys not understanding this? But you guys will blame one man for the whole team having issues, or because the whole team can't get together. We lose against the Colts. The whole team sucked. Tua did this. Tua threw 3 interceptions. Waddle didn't catch the ball, led to an interception. Another one was an overthrow because the time of the pocket being in his face. He overthrew the ball, interception. One of them, yes, he did it bad read, and he threw an interception. But 2 of those had reasons for it. The other one was him. Cool. Like, every single interception has a story to it. And if you don't understand that, then you don't know football. And you're just blaming guys for stuff that's not their fault. And it's like you're ruining this guy. You have media members out here talking out their butts. And I'm like, bro, what? All these guys aren't even worth anything. They aren't even good. You guys got like what? What's his name? Dan Orlovsky. Sometimes will talk out his ass. Do y'all know that Dan Orlovsky is a joke in the NFL? The guy who ran in the back of the end zone, the guy that wasn't very good at the job. So why is he critiquing other players? You got Steven Smith, who's just a loudmouth, who never has played football in his life, is not even good. He's a skinny little twig, just like Nick Wright. All these guys are literally not even football players. There's a few, like Shady McCoy, who was a backup running back. Keep that in mind. You have Ocho, who I believe he played for a little bit. He was okay. Like, the only ones I listen to, and even they talk out their ass sometimes, is what's his name? Chad Ochocinco, because he was really good. And then you got his partner on there, Shannon. Shannon was good. Ocho is good. I'll listen to them. Okay, they might have some bad takes. I'll take them. But for the majority of the time, they keep their stuff kind of, at bay. Especially Ochocinco. He don't just jump on people's necks. He's probably the most, respected. He actually has done something with his life in football. So, it's just like, you guys let media idiots who have failed at their own positions or have never played the game tell you that some guy that actually plays the game at an elite level or semi-elite, that he ain't good enough. You got Rex Ryan, who is a failure at his jobs he's ever done for coaching and whatnot. He's up there talking out his ass. You got the dude that used to be the Dolphins GM. I forgot his freaking name at this point. I'm not thinking about it. But he's up there talking out his ass. Like, bro, you were the GM and you got fired because you sucked. So why are these people talking? They get paid to? That's cool. But I'm not going to respect anything they say, and I'm going to think they're all goofs. Sorry. Like, ESPN needs to revamp their system here. They need to get players that know what the hell they're actually doing. Guys who actually played at an elite level. Guys that actually have Super Bowl rings. Guys who actually are going to be Hall of Fame. Guys that actually know the position and what routes to run and what the quarterback's supposed to be doing. Real, actual guys. Because everybody that has played at an elite level, respect Tua. It's like, why? Why does it take guys who have played the stuff to understand that, Tua actually is not at fault here? But then there's idiots out there who never played this position, or they think they know, and they're not good at it. Just like Tua says, go out there and, apparently it's easy, right? Apparently it's something that everybody can do, so go out here and do it. Do it. I'm going on a rant again, but I personally believe we need to build the team first and worry about the quarterback later. And what has me really upset right now is we went into the trade deadline today with guys that literally I wouldn't care if we got a pack of gum for them. That's still better than what the hell we have right now. And we didn't get rid of them. We kept them. And the only thing I think of is I keep hearing there's games to play and there's wins to get. We have to win out to go to the playoffs. Win out means no losses. We're playing our daddy this week. We play the Bills, right? The guys who whoop our ass Not really whoop our ass. They're always like, last minute field goals. But the guys that own our team, basically, we're facing them this week. That's gonna be a loss, especially because you got rid of Jalen Phillips. That's the one trade you did make. If you were just gonna trade one guy, you shouldn't have traded anybody. Keep Jalen Phillips captain for next year. I mean, to be honest with you, you gave us a 3rd round pick. Wow, 1 pick. Wow, that's gonna help. Meanwhile, the Jets got like 3 picks today. Like, are you serious with me right now? Like, we're going to be the basement of the fucking AFC East. Excuse my language again. Because our owner and our GM and even our interim GM just cannot get it together. We should not have Bradley Chubb on this team. I don't care about his stupid contract. Screw his contract. Pay him out. Signing bonus. Everything signing bonus. Pay them all. Come on, Ross. Got the money, right? Throw it. Rid of them all. Get some picks out of it. Fucking 5th round pick. I'll take a 5th round pick for Chubb. I'll take a 4th round pick for Minka if it really takes it that low. Like, we need to get pieces. And we can't do that without the proper pieces and picks. We have 8 picks. What is that? 8 picks. That's terrible. Terrible. This year we had like 5. Terrible. There's teams out there that have like 14. You got the Eagles who have like 12 or 13 picks in the damn draft. Are you serious right now? And they already have a solid team. What do they need 12 picks for? They don't. I asked for this team to go on to the deadline and go get picks. I don't care if they're 5th round, 4th round, 6th round. Cool. They're picks. They're opportunity. Because we don't have a lot of money this next year. Because we paid Tua. Because we paid Tyreek. Because we paid Waddle. Because we paid, name it. Because we pay these guys, we're kind of stuck with paying the money. We need the people that are basically free. The guys that come in, you don't have to pay them any kind of, 100% guarantee. Get them late in the rounds. That's what we need. But we don't go and trade out these old, aging vets that literally are never going to be the part of the future. Minka, he may be part of the future. I mean, it's cool, I guess. He's our safety. He's a leader of our defense. That's cool. Keep him there, I guess. But you think we're going to come back next year and win it all? We're not. So why not trade the guy who is not going to want to stay here next year when we have a bad season again, and get some guys that you can develop? The rest of the season, Tua shouldn't even be on the field. And I like Tua. But he should not be on the field. Why risk the man getting hurt again? And on top of that, why not see what Ewers has against actual teams during actual play? Not, he plays well in practice and during the preseason he was amazing. How about we see what he does in the actual game? That would be nice. Kind of like a Jackson Dart. How Jackson Dart came out and just like blew it up. You never know. Some of these guys can be ballers during game day. You don't know. You have no clue. Because you don't give the man a chance. Because you still suck on this shit about starting Tua. It's like, why? We're 2-7. We're not winning out. Does it take us losing one more game to make sure we're not going to win out? So we can start Ewers? Like, if that's what it takes, fine. Go lose this week. See Ewers next week. But, like, we need to see what we got with this kid. Because if he's as good as everybody's saying, and he's basically like Tua, but, a little bit bigger and a little bit better as far as health, and he can actually take a hit, then let him take over. Don't worry about getting a QB in the 25 or 26, 27 drafts. Just worry about Ewers, man. Look at what happened with Love in Green Bay. He's not that great. I don't like Love that much, but he wins for the most part. He's capable of running the team very well after Rodgers left. He's been in the playoffs every year, basically. And he sat behind Rodgers for 3 seasons? So I don't want to hear nothing about it. Like, we have Ewers. We have an opportunity there. He's a good player. He's a good guy. He's overall very smart. I don't see why we can't just focus on trying to develop him. Just keep pushing him. Keep pushing him and start him and see what he can do. And build around him. And if you want to get rid of Tua after that point, keep Tua as a backup. Why not? Make Tua the back. He won't care. He's getting paid. He's sitting in the back. He's not getting hurt. You know, if he has to get called in, he'll play well. Why not? Why not just switch the two? Start Ewers, bench Tua, and, you know, at worst case scenario, keep the same run up next year, and that way you don't have to worry about Tua being, you know, losing his money, blah, blah, oh, we paid him too much. And I don't care if we're paying $250 million to sit on the bench. It's a hell of a backup. I'm down. There's just so many things we need to just focus on, and it's like these idiots out here just pushing all these morals and these idiot things that they're trying to push, and I'm like, just focus. You know, Coach Mike McDaniel, you know, he has some spurts where I'm like, this man could be a really good head coach, right? There's plenty of times where I'm like, okay, wow, look at this man. I saw something, last week against the Ravens that I haven't seen in ever, really. His passion. I've never seen him get out of his skin and yell at the damn players and yell at. That man was mad. Rightfully so. You know, it's like, give these guys a chance. You know, you gave them a skeleton crew to work with this year, and you guys are literally bagging on them. You know, does Miami Dolphins have some say in what goes on with his team? Sure, but the GM is who makes all the decisions final. That man is gone. Bring in somebody that knows how to actually build a team and let Mike McDaniel run it. He has some good schemes. Maybe he has to stay with the whole strict side of him rather than going back to the fun, playful side. And he's shown that he can do that. I don't know. There's so many things we got to do. There's so many ways. I'm kind of ranting at this point. You guys have a lot to think about. I have a lot to think about. This team has a lot to think about. Fins up every day, all day. I hope we have a better year next year. I hope we start cooking, start getting back into it. I'm sick and tired of being, you know, upset about this team. For the rest of the season, I'm probably going to be a Bucs fan. You know, I'm a Florida boy. I'm not going to go root for anybody that's not in Florida. That's just dumb. So let me go root for Seahawks because they're winning. Like, no, it's not going to be me. I'm not a bandwagoner. I've always watched the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like them as a team. I've been watching them. They're my NFC side. So, like, my AFC team is the Dolphins. The NFC is the Bucs. I'm going to watch them and just kind of root for them for a season. Nothing crazy. It's not like I'm switching teams, but this team is no longer fun to watch. I'm still going to watch them. Still going to sit here and sit through all the pain, but at the end of the day, we could bounce this back in a year, maybe two. We just need the right pieces to fall, and we need the right people that are, you know, making the pieces fall. We need it. We need it. It's not hard. It really isn't. You know, we can see what parts are glaringly hard right now to fill, and that's what we need to focus on in the offseason and next offseason. We do that, we'll be back into the competition really quick. End of the day, like I said, fins up. Like, share, subscribe. Passion, man. Passion.